Oh, almost 30 minutes late. I'd like to apologize on behalf of I guess myself. That wasn't my intent. I feel so bad for not showing up at 6. Although we know this usually is what occurs. I either start early or start late, and this is one of those instances. Uh, we already have two people, so maybe they'll say something and we'll be able to converse and whatnot. I don't know. Wait a little bit. Oh my God. It's that person with that gender neutral name who got mad at me for misgendering her and is now part of now with the human rights campaign to try and sue me because you said I did it with facetious intent because I went out to go get something to eat. Why are you always late? Bro, Vulture, we actually could get you on a couple of things. We get you on not commenting. We can name multiple streams where you've been a no-show, you've disappeared, you pulled the Jimmy Hoffa. We can certainly play that game if you want to. On an envoy saying hello to me. I saw you say hello earlier, and I waved at you, but you ignored me. And I retained that bitter memory from earlier today. So whenever you write a message, I'm not even going to look. I'm going to turn my head and do that for the remainder of the night. Jesus Christ, I hate texting so damn much. Uh, which spoke about you. It was a VVS video. I didn't know you two were friends. VVS has been in the chat multiple times. Where have you been? Why are you looking at your phone? I'm talking to you. Oh, I didn't realize I wasn't allowed to. That I'm under the ownership of Raw Vulture. I thought slavery ended what over 150 years ago. I guess I was wrong. I must have been AFK. No, we know where you were. It wouldn't surprise me if you were a member of the Teamsters. You and Raw Vulture from how often you disappear and happen to fade away into the background. Now, this person had asked me a question. I was trying to respond back to them because no one had said anything yet. I was trying to let you gather your thoughts while I responded to them. I apologize. I feel so horrible. I'm just glad I finally wrote that script for that documentary, so now I don't have to worry about getting what do you call it, sent to prison by Ruben for false advertising. I mean, hey, you're the ones over here trying to claim ownership of me, sir. You already got made a mod. That should be enough. I mean, what's going on today? First we had the morning, then we had the afternoon, and now we have the evening. That's what went on today. Just like every other day. I don't even know a way to answer that question. I might offend you again. See, I meant like in the news. I've been at work all day. Oh, oh, oh. We can look at the news. Pardon me. How am I supposed to know your schedule? I mean, come on, give me a break. Let me go look for it. There's some new stupid trade deal with China, which is whatever. Uh, they're still crying over Syria about some troops being moved. When all that's going to happen is they're either going to, if they do leave from there, they're going to be put somewhere else, or it's going to be like when he announced we were getting out Syria back in December, where he reneged on it and we ended up staying there even longer. Uh, let's see. Oh, Sanders finally hit Warren, saying that there are differences between them because I'm so sick of seeing people say that they. Well, that's yours, Raw Vulture. That's your contemporary companion. Well, that rally last night was really comedic, where Trump called Pelosi an American hater because she's with the impeachment crowd, which again only started because they're doing everything they can to protect their dear precious sweet baby Biden. They've got to make sure that he's okay and that no one does anything to him. It's like, hey, remember when we were killing thousands of people overseas in Yemen? Yeah, that's not worth impeaching anybody over. It's all good. You had to add contemporary. Yeah, man. You know how chicks are. They come and go. You see one this week, another one 2 months from now. That's how it rolls. I mean, I already told you I'm a cynic, so that's right in there with my terminology. It all goes together. Oh, and then Gabbard went after the New York Times. They did some profile of her. She says, as if to prove my point, NYT just published the greatest hits smear piece, all your favorite hits in one article. These are the folks who will be acting as the neutral questioners slash moderators of Tuesday's debate, lol. Oh, you like Gabbard. No wonder you like Gabbard, bro. Vulture. She uses your terminology. Look at your last comment. Right at the start, you got that wonderful two L's and a little O in the middle. So you and her should hook up. You should be one of her moderators for whatever event she's planning on using to boycott the debate. I'm sure we'll get along very well. That's a little running theme we do where a lot of people, I know personally, I'll make a joke. I'll say, "Oh, you gave 30,000 to Trump," and it'll be funny because most of them don't realize that that's illegal. You can only give 2,700. It's just like they never can figure that part out. So it always just this thing where they'll assume that I'm being serious about the fact that I think they gave some huge amount of money that they're not even allowed to give. I might have to. Yeah, that's why I said that. You both have that same. You love those little terms. We must know that you're laughing out loud. You can't just think it. We have to be aware of it. Well, this is funny right here. We actually had this in the stream I did a couple hours ago where it was. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this little stupid thing that came up here. Some updates I'm not even going to use. Where Trump called Giuliani a person who, in the span of 1 week, is being asked to testify before the Judiciary Committee, has had two of his friends get indicated or implicated in trying to influence this upcoming election. Trump called him the crime buster. It, living irony. He may seem a little rough around the edges sometimes, but he is also a great guy, a wonderful lawyer. This is literally the same lawyer who has, in the span of 1 year, went from being hired by Trump to having his own advisor say, yeah, he needs to either go or get off of TV. Now ask yourself, what lawyer is going to worsen one's case and then still be considered good or otherwise decent? But hey, that's how they roll. The opposite of reality is how stuff tends to go. And that's why I said I live in the twilight zone, because only some. Oh, is that my favorite character? James 3, the third. The number after two. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Decided to disappear. I ask, how are you? He says, yes. Maybe he can't hear me. Let me see if I can adjust my speaker. Maybe someone who has 200 Q. Wait, what? Three. Three goes after two. Yeah, Music Fiend is over here trying to mess with me. He's doing fine. We can all breathe a sigh of relief now that we know that James 3, the number after two, is doing great. And he asks, "How are you?" Oh, there's my other favorite character. Anyways, like I said earlier, Ruben, I did the text for the documentary. Should be out next week. Don't strangle me over the computer. I just want to make sure that you can breathe another sigh of relief in knowing that that has been finished or taken care of. Because the script's usually the most difficult part. The rest of it is just you read something and there's this et. Wait, what? I don't even know what that is. Said I'm so hot. He wishes that I could come to his house. I mean, I guess. Thank you, man. They butter me up. They say all that nice, wonderful stuff. Everyone and their mother is a mod in here. Jesus. No, there's only three mods. There's Raw Vulture, Envoy, and Ruben. I mean, if you got 9 people and 3 of them are mods, that's what, a little bit over 30%. It's a reference from the movie. Yeah, I know what that is. I don't really understand how it's topical, but you know how they roll. And it's always someone you've never seen before. They show up and announce that they feel a certain way about whatever I guess the whereabouts are of what you're doing. I'm like, man, just go, just disappear. I had somebody did a few days ago. There was a guy that was like, "Look at you sitting in your chair," and I'm like, I sit in the chair because it's more comfortable than having it in my lap. Did anyone manage to see the LGBT? No, I think so too, James. We're agreeing together. But hey, we have an Infinity Gauntlet now, so we put that thing on, and Ruben says, "I want Namaraj Truth Vision to be here. He watches the same people that I do." Oh, Astro saw it. She can tell. She can give us her review of it. So let's all be quiet and wait for her to type out her thoughts. Shh. Okay, let's wait. Let's all wait together. Come on. She's truly typing something so breathtaking currently. Oh, she's not typing anything. She was trolling us. She didn't see it. Okay, Envoy says so cringe. I only saw parts of it. James says, "Is that chair really comfy though?" I mean, this is a much more comfortable position than what I used to have, which is have this hot device sitting in my lap for 30 or 40 minutes. So this is preferable. Gave her pronouns. Yeah, I'm forgetting who the moderator was, but they got in trouble because after she said her pronouns that none of us could have ever guessed, because it apparently she needed to tell us that she was a chick. Um, he said me too, and then the people got pissed off for some reason. Like I said, that's why I think rhetoric is so useless, because it's just this thing that people use to distract from something that actually matters. I just can't even bother getting involved in that. It's over the top. What's over the top? Man, people are writing stuff really quickly. It could easily break. I mean, hey, it lasted for 6 years, so it's been working. Trying to roast the chair. People pissed off, socially outraged in 2019. Say it ain't so. I mean, look, I had a guy who literally just a few days ago on the what video was that? It was the one I did about how Tulsi got it right on Saudi Arabia and Iran. his comment was something along, because I tried to not read a lot of that trash, but it was something like the way like you're mumbling while sitting back in a chair, and it was, what did he say? Like you don't care what you're talking about. I'm like, dude, I just literally identified the parts of what she said that I thought were accurate to the circumstance that I was just to the point I was making about she understood the proper way to conduct American relations with these particular countries. But even still, they just don't care. They write whatever. So I said, when you get on here, you just got to kind of be prepared for whatever. The only cool thing that happened was this black trans woman got up and got the microphones from them for like 5 full minutes talking about, yeah, there's been like 19 of those. I have 4 hours to complete all my Fortnite challenges. Well, you better get started. We all know those are very significant and important, and you'll get a piece of candy for completion. Always prepare. What am I prepared for? Microwaves. Oh, well, I don't know about that music. I'm just now looking at Music Fiend's other comment about some balls. I don't intend to. At least while it's, I think I mentioned before, I don't, with most of these films, I don't rush to see them. So if it comes with, it will come out in DVD, but when it comes out, I'll be more likely to pick it up and check it out. Like I don't buy into the hype for any of these films anymore. Nothing is coming out at this point that remotely requires me to rush to theaters. Usually the only time I go to see a film is because there's some special occasion. Like, oh, this person you haven't seen in person in 6 months wants to go see a movie with you. Let's go. Bravo says, if I don't complete them, my battle pass would be a waste of money that I already spent. You better hurry up. Well, now we know that Brawl Vulture is going to disappear because he wants to complete his challenges. The only movie I'm excited for, SpongeBob 3. Oh, I can just picture Ruben just jumping for joy. Let me see if I miss anything. Oh, Astro said it was kind of boring. The same questions over and over. Candidates gave pandering answers, blah, blah. Well, allow me to give my own pandering answers. Ruben, you should definitely be excited to see that film. You need to go and watch it. Check it out. You better go see it. If you don't, the world will end. If you don't watch it, there's nowhere else to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. Hurry up and see that movie. What are you even doing here? Go go rush to theaters right now. Always says I miss. Oh, well, I thought those just quietly disappear. What actually has occurred is that I have now a new technical issue that makes it to where I have to go get something else. There's a other thing in the way now. But if you want those again, if I could get an assurance that it would be more than just yourself wanting to see it, I would be more likely to do it or to restart it. Yes, we're talking about Joker. And we're talking about the fact that we were talking about Joker, and the one person who has a Batman themed name decided to not show up at the time. Yeah, well, you don't have to yell. I haven't seen Cortez in such a long time. Oh, there's the person who said I was ghetto and couldn't form complete sentences. He decided to return and pick on me again. Let me proceed to disappoint him once more. Let me pull out my EBT card. I do have to yell. I must be heard. I mean, you're not being heard any better than anybody else. Ghetto Dissinger. It'd be funny if I actually did a like a mock theme of that one day where I had one of those. What's some? There's some characteristics of that. Like maybe where every time I try to form a sentence, I cut off to something else. And then the problem is a lot of things I associate with that I can't say it because they still stand the risk of being taken seriously. So if every other person I talk about, I mention wanting to beat them up, do that as like a joke. Maybe I'm being obnoxious. No, I wouldn't say that. I can't wait for Batman fan to come back. I'll be so excited. I'll just jump out of my seat and get all happy. I'm probably gonna do another romance video this week, by the way, so we can get the usual characters who pop up out of nowhere to show up and watch that, because that's how they roll. We should do like a Where's Waldo for the subs. Have like a little magnifying glass up to a book. Give me randoms. I don't even know what Cortez is laughing at. He must have been watching Comedy Central on another tab. Problem, all these different networks realize that the internet's the future, so they go on here and stream their stuff. You baiting with? You mean I'm baiting? You don't get baited. I actually put them out. People who come into the stream. Yeah, man, you got to go look for them. They're all over the place. You got millions of people on this website, and I'll still somehow find certain people who won't show up anymore, who will remain nameless. It's like, hey, I saw that guy once before. There was this one time I had a guy who used to write all these nasty comments, and then sometimes he'd write some nice ones, and then he just disappeared. And then I saw him on. It was last year during the Kavanaugh confirmation. I was like, hey, you look familiar. I didn't say that to him, but I just noticed him. Well, of course, Bro Vulture, that's your favorite content. Everything else, completely ignored. I don't know Envoy. Go look for him. I already told you. You can go to his channel and type it in. He was one of the. When did the last time we put something up? I think it was 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Do you remember? Yeah, yeah, of course. The sexual tomcat sitting over there trying to mac on every person that comes in the stream. Hornier than this person said hornier than second form Frieza. I don't know, connoisseur. It's like the one stream my friend ever decided to was able to do with me. I had to have some clown that barely showed up after that try to ruin it. Problem is usually when I'll try to see if I can get him on here again. I'm not. I didn't. I'm none of those pills. I already told you I'm not partying in these stupid groups. But in all seriousness, I do miss your. All right. Well, again, I have to get around to doing it. And I said there's a different technical issue. I mean, you understand when I used to do streams daily, it was just a lot easier to say, hey, today I'm just going to do one of these. And then now it's half the time or less than half the time. So I just decide to put up sometimes and sometimes not. Well, he's just another one of those people that thinks that if you work at it, you'll ultimately get every single broad to like you and to go along with what you want and all this trash. So I said a lot of people like to live as if they're in a movie. They're just nice to people and friendly toward all your peers. It'll all pay off. You know it won't. They'll try to drain you and do all the other evil stuff. Oh, we know it's a lie. Do you think that should have? Oh, oh, I actually had to double take. I was saying Rama one half. I haven't seen that in so long. I remember when I first saw that I was in I think sixth or seventh grade, and I mean the only it's not hentai, but it does have actually show breast. So I remember every time I would have some older relatives show up. I have to like to turn the tab to make sure I didn't see it. Just a little memory I had of that. Do you think that Rama should have chosen to be with Shampoo instead? It's this show, James. It's by the same person that made Inuyasha. No, I personally think that the only one of those what do you call it, fiancés that he had that was actually anyone he should have been paired with was Ukyo, but whatever. Okay, Cortez says he thinks it's fair that men have to work very hard to get mediocre, reprobate women who do nothing. Pretty much. That's why I said when you're a guy, you gotta jump through all these hoops. You're a chick, you can do whatever you want. We literally had a broad get knocked up by a guy she put in jail. And no one else wanted to bring up that point because it's such a dumb thing for him to relapse into attraction to someone who made him a criminal. He had no record before that. He didn't put his hands on her either. These are just horrible people. But when you're a chick, you can get away with, being a prick. If I've got some worst enemy with a spotless record and they're not directly threatening to harm me in any way, it's kind of a douchebaggy type thing to do. Just saying. Believe all. Ruby, it'd be funny if I did like a whole stream where like I'll reach comment in a moment, Astro. I did like a whole stream where I just read all kind of different Me Too cases, and it's called Believe All Women, Every Single Chick. And I'm like, this story is accurate. Why? Because a broad said it. That would be so redundant. Hey, Envoy, yeah. That reminds me of like how they always had that one person who's kind of, I guess, not feeling the same position. There used to be this one guy who I think is like 50 that liked my content, and I did a stream early in the morning, and like the whole chat except for him agreed with how like a lot of the modern broads are kind of goofy, and he didn't respond. And I had to explain to him that you're not exactly of the same age group, so like this computer thing wasn't really something that screwed people over. Okay, Astro says, why not just go for one that is of the same caliber as you, who is willing to work just as hard? I mean, this is kind of my thing that theoretically how do I explain this? You can have attraction to a broad that is like that and then still get turned down by them. And that's kind of my point, that a lot of these people of different work ethics I don't have a problem with, but if they have a problem with you, you're going to get the same result. Envoy says Astro can provide the female perspective for us low-level men. I mean, whatever. I already told you, man, my patience for that debate stuff down the boob tube. We can agree to disagree and, I don't know, move to something else. I already told you about that one character that I did the upload on, where every time you spoke to her, it was a debate. How was your day? Oh, I went outside. Why did you go outside? I wanted to walk. Why did you want to walk? I just decided to walk. What did you see while you were walking? Somebody. Did you smile at them? No. Why didn't you smile at them? Because I didn't feel like it. Now Astra's gonna get pissed. It's gonna be her last stream. She said, I'm tired of those sexually deprived degenerates speaking so lowly of my group. Yeah, it was an interrogation. Like every time I spoke to that broad, I felt like I was doing an interview. Like I was on CNN minus the cameras. Because they actually do. When that guy ran for, I forgot what his name is. Oh, Patrick Little. When he ran for representative, oh man, that name threw me off. I was like, what in the world? I'll answer your question more. But when that guy went to when Patrick Little ran for senator, there was a person who literally from, I think it was CNN or some other network. They interviewed him by phone and he recorded it on his end too. So they, his audio is perfect and theirs is a little gargly or whatever. Okay, name I will not repeat. FFN says thoughts on China. They're a lot smarter than the US is. They have been in the war in 40 years and they are using their resources for domestic endeavors. So it would be in our best interest to try to cooperate with them and maybe follow their example in that respect. Megumi says, "Hey," on the wave at Megumi, I'm gonna say hello back. He's gonna think I'm homosexual and disappear for waving at him. Intellectual, not interrogation. I mean, Warren's all right, man. Whatever. I'd rather you say her than Biden. Uh, okay, Cortez says a woman who's the same caliber as you wants a man who's at least three notches higher. I mean, I just think this stuff is a lot more complicated than people want to give it credit for being. Okay, Bravo Vulture says 3 guys with miniguns just killed me on Fortnite. I've never seen this person before. Man, we're getting rated tonight. Most only fine 5. I thought it was 20%. 5% or 20%. Somebody needs to show me the statistic again. It keeps dropping. They had like a new poll. Okay. Ruben says Joe Walsh 2020. He's the best one. Man, they're writing too quickly. Slow down. I need to put that there's like a thing where you can, and here's Be Still. I'm gonna wave at him. Throw my fingers around. Okay, Ruben says Joe Walsh 2020. He's the best one of them all. Better than Bernie and Gravel combined. Man, Ruben must have tried pot and drinking at the same time for the first time ever. Yeah, Be Still. I'm trying to read this. I'm not like a lot of other certain pricks on this website where, hey, you want me to read your comment? Make sure to send me a super chat. Okay, Astro says, I understand, but I do know tons of women who date within their league. It's just hard to find them among the less nice ladies. Yeah, she doesn't want to use that the certain word we all can think of. Let's see. The Chinese are very intelligent, said CK. Okay, then Cortez is thumbing up Astro's comment. Yeah, Megumi, I don't know what the hell's going on. They must have been bored. Okay, Raymond says, why do you mean? Oh, what do you? Yeah, I was. People always do that where I'm just reading their. I wish we could take like a little compilation of all the news articles from The Hill and Politico where they misspelled words, and I'm just sitting there, just like this. Like, what in the world? It's like these are people who are supposed to be great editors and writers and have opinions that are worth reading, and they can't even proofread their own trash. Like, how does something pass between the initial draft of the first writer and then presumably an editor, and it has such plain misspellings and whatnot. Cruz, world's longest Wikipedia page. I thought that was Trump. Yeah, Trump's is so long that if you go and look at they've actually written articles about his Wikipedia article where it's like every word of the article people are debating. Does this merit inclusion? Let's see. Most aren't simply with the headache. I had my fill of doing already. Okay. James says more and more. No, I think it's starting to be contained now. Music Fiend says he loves FFN's thing. Envoy, that's not true. That's literal fake news. The biggest article for a person's page is it's Trump, and you actually can look on there and like there's a section that shows you that. Well, how I don't know how to put slow mo on. Never done that before. Okay, emoji. I'm gonna pay myself. Toggle timestamp pop out. Let me see. Damn it. I don't think I can adjust it during the stream. Oh well, we'll just have to take our time. Okay. Esther says, I mean, people who are in a similar economic position are relatively within the same. Oh, here we. Oh man. Ah, she had to say it. The same level of attractiveness, dude. If I had a nickel for every time some faceless buffoon tried to say I was hideous online, I would have be able to afford a yacht. Whenever you start getting the subjective stuff, now when you talk about economic level, you can prove that two people are around the same or are the same. But as far as the attraction thing, I can literally get told by some broad that, weighs in one arm my entire weight altogether, that I'm not attractive enough for them. Or if they don't say it directly, they can still imply it, like with the lady lacking logic. This one lone lunatic sat here for months, gassing me up. Oh my God. They do it for giggles. Yeah. Oh my God. You're so, I like talking to you. I like your personality and da 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 da. And then you ask her on the date. She says no. Well, if you like this person's personality and you think they're actually trying to go somewhere and you claim to like all this different stuff about them, what the hell's the problem? And they live in your proximity also, and you've seen them in person. So you know you're not being catfished online. Like, you'd have to be a fool to decline that, but she did. She proved to all of us how stupid she was. Oh, I know they do. Oh, I'm so flattered. But my point was, attraction is a subjective thing. I've actually had two broads online in the midst of speaking. When they saw my picture, they pulled a Henry Houdini. They did a Natalie Holloway. They just disappeared. They what's the jutsu from Naruto where you disappear? It's something no jutsu. Remember with the I think it's like what's that Pokemon move, substitution, where they put like a little doll on the floor and run off somewhere. James says, I think it's weird. Hey, why do you think I say we live in the Twilight Zone? There's a lot of strange things going on. Like I told you, we literally saw it. Yeah, Shadow. No, that's the one with the clones. I'm talking about where you just disappear. Substitution jutsu. Music fiend. There are stupid men and stupid women. Americans might just be the stupidest. Megumi says Twilight Zone for sure. Now, Megumi, you think I'm ugly. That's why you're not saying Twilight Zone, most definitely. So let's not even try to pretend, because I've read some of your comments. You were right in there with Mr. Brian. Here's my phone number. Please call me. Where he was saying that I was ghetto and couldn't form complete sentences, which is true. But I mean, who told him? I tried to put on a good front, and I couldn't believe he'd expose me like that. I hated how Naruto spammed the Rasengan. Yeah, that's kind of really the only character in that series that actually works for anything is Rock Lee. All the other ones just kind of get these power ups out of nowhere. Based off what another YouTuber said, at least. No, Brian 180. I'm not, whatever his phone number is. He was correct. I'm very ghetto. Cortez says, Brian, yeah, but that's common sense. We don't need a survey. Okay. Okay. Let me read his comment. Everybody stop writing for 2 seconds. Hold it in for a moment. B still just ruined it. He thinks because he gave $2 that he can. I actually forgot to thank him. Thanks, but he thinks because he gave $2 he can live with ruleless. Give me a second. Okay, Brian says a survey was taken a while back that stated most women find most men they see out and about unattractive. Based off of what another YouTuber said, at least. Okay, but I believe there is some truth behind it. Oh my God, that'll be terrible. Yeah, I think you'll like the romance video that I have coming up. It's very it's a subject that has not been touched before. Let's see. The Rasengan is the Kamehameha wave. LOL. CK says couldn't have Rock Lee mastered Rasengan. He had some chakra conjuring going on. Dude, the only reason that he didn't is because Kishimoto just wanted to keep Sasuke at the forefront of everything. He couldn't, but my point is that anytime a character can't do something, it's up to the writer to make them either still be able to keep up or to do something that changes that. Uh, okay. Sky says just like the plenty of fish surveys which women rated how men they found attractive online, which wasn't much. Yeah, like a little small group. Yeah, but he's beta because they made him beta. Megumi says Johnny come lately. Yeah, that's what I mean. Hey, they tell you go and save all your stuff up and do this and do that, and then after you've done all these things and then become so successful, all these chicks are gonna start falling from the sky, and at that point, all you want to do is stick your middle finger up at them because where the hell were they when you were struggling and whatnot? Yeah, they get what they gave. If you didn't assist before, uh, whoever you're trying to get now has all this wealth. You're gonna get none of it just as you tried to get none of it when they didn't have it. Look at funny edited picture Dragon Ball Z characters getting beaten up by American cartoon characters. Isn't there like a Super Saiyan? What's that form? The last one with like the gray hair. Oh, isn't there an Ultra Instinct Shaggy or something that was been going around? CK says get ripped worked for me, then I got fat again. Huh? Like I said, I'm not going to do anything I don't want to do just because there's a 2% chance it's going to improve my interaction with broads. I even had one of them admit 2 years ago that I could stop wearing glasses and my chances would go up by only a percentage point. I was like, who the hell is going to want to get contacts or laser eye surgery for a 1% increase? And they act like you can't just take your stuff off out and about. Like I take these off. Oh my God, orgasms abound. No, nobody cares. Just something stupid she was saying. I remember that meme, Ruben. Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Meanwhile, the majority of women have secret options, even if they're obese and hideous. Laugh my 1% increase is worth it. Man, no one would tell anybody to do something that required them to get surgery if it improved anything by 1%, because it's so minuscule that it doesn't matter. Okay, Brian says, absolutely most, if not all the women are talking to at least one guy or have a guy messaging them in the hopes of future sex. A woman is never alone in most cases. So Astro's probably sitting with like 3 different people right now. Because according to Sky, a chick's never alone ever. No chance. They go to bed, they got somebody on top of them. They go to the store, they got 8 people in there trying to get their number. So no, Sky just popped the whole lid. James says it's really dumb. That's how I feel when I see most of the Astro's trolling us. She says she's single and alone. Yeah. Not according to Sky. He gave us a window into your soul. He knows who you're with. He just won't name it for some reason. He's trying to be nice. I can't even read Raymond's comment. 1 second. Let me look. Stop writing stuff. Megumi called me the ultimate troll. I feel so flattered. Okay, that's true. Guys find like 75% women attractive. Women only find like 5% of guys attractive in general. Women are more attractive than men. I mean, whatever. I will admit most of the broads I've interacted with I thought were at least passingly attractive. So that is, I guess that's true. I don't know. But as far as they're more attractive, I just think the only reason they get prioritized is because dudes in general have less sex or less partners, so they're always more horny and more willing to put up with nonsense than their counterparts who get to have their pick and say over everybody they want. Well, which orb? Okay, I don't know what James is talking about. You guys are acting like the girl can't be single. I mean, I didn't say that. I'm just reading what they're typing in the chat. You know how they do. They I can't wait to tone I think. I have never seen this person before. Who is Raymond? Where did he come from? Is that how we type? I mean, I can't see you. No, Cortez is angry. Music Fiend says no homo, men are more attractive than women. I mean, you can say whatever you want. Single or in a relationship, chicks still choose. I agree with that, bro, Vulture. Let's see. That's why you got to act like a fool and have game. If you are men, girls only have to smile, and that's it. They don't care. They don't even have to know how talk. It's so bad. That is true. I did hear this one story. This broad that went up to this guy, couldn't even speak his language, and did this, and she had him. So there is some validity to that. You didn't have to say anything. It was just like, ooh, 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 or whatever her language was. I thought that was funny because it just highlights the point he was making. James 3. I think Cortez is playing. He's not. No one is because it's like even if you were getting pissed off and screaming, he wouldn't do it on the end of a keyboard. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was just relaxing. James says, "Wave the finger." Pretty much. Mm. Hey, Ruben, you have anything you want to say? Because a lot of these other people have been impeding you, and you're one of the. It's like you and B Store are the only ones that like to, show up with regularity. Because we know how James the Third does. If it's not a live show, he's got to go. He disappears. He puts up his little force field, and just poop right out of there. Well, I just want to make sure you were entertained because I know you're really pissed off you didn't get your documentary. You felt as if you had been scammed, and you were, very angry. Is the less the focus is on dating/courting, the better. Disappear like Jimmy Hoffa, another famous. I mean, I made that one, but you could also say Natalie Holloway or anybody else that is known to have disappeared. Ruben went to Aruba. Okay, James says that's not true. Revolta keeps talking about Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, so every time you make a reference to it, I'm just sitting there like, yeah, yeah, yeah. The Joe Fraser boxer guy disappeared too. I didn't know, Ruben. I don't have a directory of people that have vanished. I have a feeling Astro's going to vanish after today because she's going to say, "Look at this sausage fest. They're all getting on me for their sexual frustration. I'm out of here." Let's see. Rubber. Hey, Ruben is Luffy confirmed with proof. I'm not as long as I'm welcome. That is. I mean, I don't really see where I've said anything that hasn't welcomed you. It's you've been asked some questions by your fellow chat occupiers, and that's it. So I'm not into that question asking stuff. I just let people say what they want and keep it trucking. The interview period is over. Now, if someone asks me something that I think is fair and reasonable, I answer it. But as far as stuff like how how many times are you gonna quit and come back, I'm just like whatever. I agree. Relationships are a drain of resources. Better to waste if you rich and willing to give it up. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that the guy always pays for everything, and the chick gets a free ride, and we get a lousy bill. CK says Astro never talked to her. I thought that everyone online was male. The lies. Okay, Cortez says the music fiend no homo, but you're right. That's the ironic part of dating. Everybody's saying no homo. I mean, I'm not one of the I'm not a troll, so I'm not going to tell you that you're gay if you say someone is more attractive than another person or isn't attractive or whatever. I don't care. I look like trying to figure out the sexuality of people in the chat. Oh, here comes the person side was ghetto. He says, "You definitely save a lot of money staying single and not entertaining women or people in general. Wouldn't be where I am today if I married a kid with my exes." Oh well, Sky is such a pimp. He says his exes. He's got a bunch of them. Sky's one of those people that here's I know that person. Oh, that one with that little Kid Buu avatar. Dudes be like, nice watch, no homo. What go to Dutch? Oh. I've heard that term before, but I forgot what it meant. I have to look it up. It's just like Sky said, I'm ignorant, and I can't form complete sentences. Let's see. CK says dating is fine. Don't worry, James. She'll probably give a rationale, or you can use Google. I could use it too, but I prefer to look at the chat and answer different things that are being said. Man, Raymond just typed this big, huge thing. You don't have to have women that just don't find that attractive. Would you go out with an ugly? Probably not. Well, I said before that everyone's allowed to have standards, just that some of us have ones that are much bigger than others, and that tends to cause these issues. When you're on the receiving end, I feel so bad for Ashka. She came here for probably some political stuff and got like railroaded. Oh my god, this is terrible. I don't even want to read the chat anymore. You guys are just going in. When you split the bill for a date, this is like a verbal train. My god. James says dating is tricky, especially nowadays, because everyone has these ridiculous prerequisites for what relationships should be. Oh, like that broad that told me 2 years ago that I could speak to her for 2 years and I still might not make a difference because we don't have a natural connection. Like, what the hell does it even mean? And then sat up here talking about some British dude that wouldn't interact with her back. And I was like, how the hell do you tell me that you don't have a connection, and then you're sitting over here saying you have a connection with a dude that doesn't even talk to you on purpose? Oh my god, the contradictions. You've been sucking me for 2 years. I never seen you before until I did the contradiction type thing or whatever, where people will say nothing matters and then still go out and work and make videos and do all the other stuff that they claim doesn't matter. I'm sorry you guys have dealt with such what women? What did you say? You dare to speak ill of the opposite of the wondrous female gender? You harlot. Walking contradictions is the tagline. I might even do a sequel to that because I found somebody else that acts that way. I literally met a guy about 2 weeks ago who said something something. This person is a son of a you know what, and then a few minutes later, don't you say anything about my mother. It's like, how are you going to call somebody an SOB and then tell someone not to talk about their mother? Yeah, Astro, we told you you gotta fill the swear jar. You can't use such bad words and speak with such a angry tongue. Let's see. Dude, nobody's going overseas. A lot of these people can't even travel from one state to the other. That's out of the question. A lot of new people in here today. Uh Sky, you know how it is. They show up for some of that romance stuff. I put up a video. That video could be 1 minute long. That thing will get like 10 views. I just said, whatever, man. So much terrain. Yeah, but people do not travel anyway. I guess I'm sure it is, but again, it's not accessible to most of these people because they're not even gonna go anywhere near an airplane or a train or whatever. Most Americans don't have 1,000 saved up in bank. Average dude ain't going nowhere. That's my point, Sky. Like you'll never. I don't. That's why I don't understand. Megumi says, "Yeah, exactly." Now, Megumi, you can't speak because we actually were able to prove that you've been with at least 75 chicks in the last 3 years. So we prefer not to hear from you. You romance connoisseur. So you've been exposed. Just got the records and everything. With a perverted man. Anybody in this stream has a passport. Watch it. Watch everybody say no or no. You just get like you get the text version of crickets. I does. That's how you know it's a lie. He said I does. Oh my god! I got to start my own English class. Well, of course, Sky has one. I mean, it's in his name. I has and passports. So you're doing that on purpose now. People think it's edgy to spell stuff incorrectly. They get off on it. They say, "Yeah, man, I'm so cool." James says, "Please do." What do you mean, please do? Please do what? Only thing in Japan that's worth seeing is like a couple of different manga creators, and even then, you still might not get to interact with them. First of all, I don't want to go to any country where I look weird being over there, so I'm good. They're probably still pissed off about Hiroshima anyway. Oh, well, you definitely look weird, Cam. You got the pink skin. They're gonna ask in the red eyes. I said, what the hell is that? The blue tongue. We all meet and have PUA workshops in Japan. Man, those places are out of business. Not even worth looking at. Person even respond back? I don't think so. Wow, these people were all just typing it. Okay, I hate that website so much. And I've gotten weird stares when I went to well, yeah, because they're not used to seeing someone of your. The only person here that might be able to get away with that is Astro. Presumably, I don't know what ethnicity she is, but she might be able to get away with it. And then who else? Anybody else that is not that I don't know for sure because I know what Envoy is. I know what Ruben is. Ruben might be able to go over there and get away with it. Possibly, I don't know. I'm happy I never spent money on PUA stuff. It's just, I already said it was a scam. That's old news. Or Vulture, you're living in the past. Talk about things that are contemporary. SYSBM is on the rise if they want. Well, that's why I just said don't go over there. You don't need to fly somewhere to go and then here's the thing: if you go over there, how do you know you're gonna get with someone? I mean, remember you're just visiting. You're not gonna live there. So what? All I'm saying is I don't really see why I should spend 1,000 or 2,000 to go fly to some random place I'm not interested in ever staying in permanently just so I can possibly attract someone within 48 hours of arriving there or whatever. If you want a family, you likely won't be able to do it in America. We won't be able to do it in America because none of the chicks want to. The only way one of them has children is if it's by accident. So you got to be a trickster. You got to say, "Oh yeah, yeah, sure, definitely. I'm not interested in any of that." Because people don't plan out anything, man. Like, oh my god, I can't imagine people actually going to other countries with the sole goal of finding a chick to marry. Yeah, I think that's stupid, but whatever. It's like you want. I know people. I've known people for 10, 20 years I wouldn't trust with anything with my backside turned, and you want me to trust some broad that I met a week ago and bring her back to the U.S. We must lost your damn mind. Like who's crazy enough to think that that's actually reality? Family planning is dead. All there is to it. Well, you know why it's dead. I told you about the I forgot the name of that video, the one with the picture of the two chicks. Both of those pregnancies were by accident. People said, "Oops, I forgot my Luffy, my Monkey D." So I'm gonna have to make sure that I can somehow afford this. Now, I can't just be a smart person and not have one until I can afford it. No, I've got to do it now. Game says waste of money. Get the Trojans. That's why I say get the Luffy's. It's rubber. It's a reference to whatever. People don't get that reference. I'm gonna stop using it. It's not as appreciated as I would like. Abortion and vasectomy should be free. Here we go with the Planned Parenthood nuts. They come over there and burn that right up. They're killing babies. It's like they're killing babies in Yemen, and you pricks don't say anything about that. Oh, but it's not in the stomach anymore, so we don't care. A new male contraception on the horizon. All right, let's relax, music theme. Why is everyone typing in these big, huge cap locks like they're screaming at me? It's not necessary to do that. Oh, finally, we're getting rid of some of the filler. Isn't that sad when you get happy that people are leaving the stream? Because I really never want to see the day where I have to, and I don't think I will because channels are stagnant as hell, where I have to like sit there and go, look at these 50 comments that are being written at once. It's too bad I can't read any of them. It's like this is so horrible. Oh man, what a bad day. Anyways, that'll be Astro's last comment. She's getting ready to go to bed. So she can work all day tomorrow as well and miss the stream. And then if she comes in the stream, she'll get hit on by like 14 people. Oh, where's B still? Where'd he go? I think he disappeared. Oh man, I don't see him. Music Fiend says big leaders mean screaming. Ruben says that's like some evil version of LOL with a little slant on the side. That's some symbolizing some kind of a hidden secret, quote unquote, alone person code. Okay, Planned Parenthood has old women protesting it daily. Yeah, you got those dinosaurs telling you, spare a life, make sure that nothing bad happens to it. And then they just then anyone who goes up there and reneges on having a kid, you ask them, hey, can you help me? Hey, you decide to have it, it's your responsibility. It's like, but you were the same prick that said to have it. Okay, Ruben says, I don't live anywhere near one. My relative who drives by there for work told me. Envoy says, damn, really? Which area do you live in, if you don't mind asking? He does mind asking. What are you trying to do to Ruben, Envoy? How are you trying to adversely affect this young man who just happened to volunteer some information? Cortez says the purposes of dating overseas is to find real women, not feminist feminist drones. Remind me of playing Halo. Imagine they have a new version of Halo with with feminist drones where it's just robots with tits. Let's see. Trust me, there's feminists and all. That's what I'm saying, Kame. God, isn't it sad that it took Kid Buu, a villain, to admit what I've been saying, which is that all I've spoken to broads. I spoke to one in Trinidad. I spoke to one in Australia. It doesn't matter. They do the same time waste game. Oh yeah, I'm so interested. Yeah, 2 weeks later, oh well, I just like to be friends. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, Kame says his first girlfriend was from India. Biggest feminist you would ever meet. Yeah, she doesn't sound too impressive. What was the original topic of the stream? Man, I don't even know. I was just waiting to see if people came in the chat, and then we got this weird explosion. Yeah, it's just like Megumi said, it doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. Same results, not a surprise. Megumi's so negative. I think I forgot to monetize this, so I've been speaking free for an hour. I want to get my 8 cents. Yeah, it's really weird, man. But people are starting to dip out, and I'm very happy. My stream was recommended. I'm so flattered. Some weird algorithm says romance vid and whole chat goes wild. Sky says $1 stream. Want to spare name? Well, want to spare some change. Music Fiend says I like Pop Tarts. Cortez says none of the Americanized women are advised. Uh, okay, let me. You know what? Let me ask Ruben. Hey, Ruben, what do you want tomorrow's stream to be about? Since you're the, I guess my other than Be Still, my main backer. What would you prefer the topic be? I'd rather date a Pop Tart than a feminist. Hey, Astro, are you a feminist? Asking for a friend. Kame is very curious. We can talk about anything. Well, I just want to make sure because I didn't think you were one for the romance. So I've seen you like type some stuff before about it, but I just didn't want to. I wanted to make sure you didn't get ran over by all the different people. Oh no! So now you're gonna try. If you met Kame, you would try to shove a I don't know a dildo up his backside or something. Since you're trying to replace men, you might even have a mustache and what's another what's some other masculine feature? I'm trying to think. I'm not like yeah. I'm one of those good feminists. Oh, you're one of the decent ones. I'm laughing because I remember they had there was this one episode of To Catch a Predator, and the guy was like, "I'm not a real predator," and then Chris Hansen said, "Just a pretend predator." That's what it reminded me of, where it's some term where the person rejects it or halfway rejects it, and they're like, "Oh, you're one of the good ones." Did you read Mine is the question? Oh, I know in West are probably the craziest, but don't be. Well, I think I don't think he's not handsome, so I guess I'd agree with that. But don't be fooled and assume that there are no great in the other parts of the world. Astro, we never thought that. Yeah, bro, Vulture, it was pretty funny. Didn't Chris Henson admit to be a creep himself? I think he cheated on his wife or something. So I guess. I mean, it didn't surprise me because I don't even like believe in marriage or true love or any of that anymore. After the this sick saga, Cortez says, "Tell him to take a seat, CK. He's the only person that's been." Oh, okay, I get a ref. I get the ref. But we don't have any files or documents proving him to have predatory behavior. So he's one of the good people. But yeah, Astro has been exposed. And someone just sent me a message of her in her Discord. She said, let me read this. Justin is ignorant and ugly. So now we know who you are and what your true feelings are. And I'm very disappointed. Let's see. Keep trying. Here we go. Eventually, someday at an indefinite time, you will come across someone who is able to reciprocate your feelings and also want to do so. Man, I'm so tired of hearing that. Maintain frame. 10 years later. when the Johnny come latelys come to gold dig. Just like I remember this one broad tried to ask me to endorse her channel or something after I hit 2,000. I was like, if I had any higher number, I would just be more suspicious and disillusioned. It's like, does somebody really need to have a 200,000 view video for you to be attracted to them? Really, 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 seriously? That's actually something we're doing now. We're going off YouTube sub counts. Hmm. I don't know what Astro's laughing. Oh, she's laughing about getting exposed. It's no laughing matter. We all know who you are now. You said something very negative. Bro, Vulture, I'm still looking at you. You asked her that perverted question earlier. A bunch of guys are way uglier than you and have. Well, that's my point. I don't even like. I'm supposed to believe everybody that's with someone is a supermodel. Are you serious? What's that term they use? The Adonis. I don't believe it. Where you asked her if she was dating someone or something. It was pretty crazy and outrageous. Let's see, I'm missing something, but why is conventional attractiveness the main draw? Man, I don't even know anymore. I'm so done with these people. They say all kinds of stuff I don't get. I'm getting ready to mention something about politics so I can make them all just disappear. We're gonna see the chat get cut in like by like 2/3 if I mention something about the have you heard of face and no, bro, Vulture. I don't dabble in the same activities that you do. Oh yeah, right, Cam. I've only ever seen you comment on one of the damn, two people already. Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah, I've only ever seen you comment on one video before, and other than that, you just disappeared. I never saw you again. I was so concerned. But you know what, Cam? If you've truly been sub to me, hey man, sometimes the video is 3 minutes long, sometimes it's 5, 10. But you know what you could do? You could always watch them together and then comment after you write each one. You probably even hit the like button, just ignore me. Like I'm wandering in the ethers. I'm a busy guy. Oh, so I'm not. All right. I see what you're trying to say, you and your sneak this. I see how it goes. James says, I love the streams. No, you don't. You're just trying to appear interested. I'll keep it in mind. Well, I'm just saying that, if you miss content from someone for a week, you can just, we got this thing called binge. You can binge through. You can watch all at once. Ask Astro Anthony. I'm sure she'll want to take your inquiry. Let's see if you speak to me 2 or 3 months or so, I might change my mind. Yeah, and it's always a chick that does that. The president of Ukraine is corn pop. I asked her to help him out. Do a public service. Tell him that his I guess 3 inches will suffice. That someone somewhere in the great spectrum of the solar system will find that all right. I mean, if I had something that small, I wouldn't even admit it. Dang, I wouldn't even be talking about what size I am anyway, because I don't care. I don't know if you remember the friend zone video, but I mentioned that one chick that I never tried to get with because they were always with someone, and they mentioned getting all these different penis pictures over and over, and just like getting so annoyed because who would be turned on by seeing something that like billions of people had over and over again in different shades and colors. Biden just sent his son to Ukraine to meet his old friend. Oh, that's a very mature comment, Astro. I'm not going to read it. I'm gonna have them read it, and then they can react to it, and I'll just assume whatever they like. Hey, you're at liberty to disclose whatever you want. It's just when you say, well, no, I'm not going to, because, people get pissed off over everything. So I'll just be quiet. Why would he send his son to Ukraine? No, his son was on the business board and a board in Ukraine where he was making $50,000 a month for doing such hard work. And apparently Trump believes that the older Biden or Biden himself was involved in it as well. Well, like I said, it's all a distraction from Trump's own business dealings. Really, these are just two families that are corrupt and caught up in some out of country stuff. They could probably land both sides in jail if we had a fair and true democracy, but we don't. So they get to both use it against each other. Man, that first sentence, man, I want to say something so much, but I don't want to piss you off, Astro. I'm gonna keep it to myself. Oh my God! Like, I guess what it is that if you, I will send you 199. Okay, well, promise you won't get mad because I don't want to have you get upset. Okay, you said guys plural. Now, when you mentioned that they have small enchiladas, this would mean that there have been some who also have not had small enchiladas or bananas, whatever term you want to use to refer to it. So if that's the case, I guess what I'm saying is it already sounds like there's like a whole bunch of different dudes. Oh my God, you're gonna get pissed off. Let's see. CK says NBA. Man, CK, we're not even. I haven't even mentioned sports at any time ever. That's crazy. I didn't even. Oh, did I read Ruben's comment? Okay, yeah. Who are you gonna send $1.99 to? I'm not really that many. I mean, I'm not gonna. Oh no, no one's asking for a number. I'm just saying. Oh, oh, oh! I didn't know swang in multiple directions. Damn, people are liberated as hell. They talk all kind of stuff. I wouldn't even. I mean, whatever. Uh, Prudes are a dying breed. Everything is a okay nowadays. I like it. I mean, whatever. I still have like a hang up about certain ideas and concepts and positions and whatnot. But yeah, nobody wanted the number. I was just saying that the way it sounded, it looked to be a bunch of people, or at least more than like a few. So several or more at the most. I was saying hello. I already saw you earlier, trying to greet me over and over again, like you forgot who I was. Is this most viewed stream? I doubt it. Okay, Came says, "Oh, CK, I don't know about you, but it's kind of weird. Weirds me out how many people are into eating booty now." Yeah, I don't get it, but people do all kind of stuff to that. We've been over this before that I don't understand. So had to fix me a meal. I don't know what Envoy is laughing about. Butt breath. Live and oh, live and let live. I suppose. Now, Cam, say what you want to say. Say, God damn it. You know that's the your preferred word of choice. But yeah, I knew Astro would assume we were being invasive, thinking we wanted her number. Man, it's like, how will I ever sleep at night if I do not know how many people this person has screwed? What a dubious mystery that will keep me up for hours on end. Like, no, it's we live with the mystery. I don't really have any desire to be aware of anyone's number. See, Cortez says, ever since it was pushed through music, people have been open about it. Ruben says, hip hop music is a bad influence. If you can discern lyrics from reality, it's all right then. So if you take the lyrics to heart, then there's a bigger issue that lies ahead and whatnot. Let me see. Who else am I missing that has said something that well, most people can't discern lyrics from reality? Well, then most people are stupid. You know, it'd be funny if I had like hundreds of people come here. Yeah, that's you dumb for saying that, and then get mad. I mean, people can read Mein Kampf from Hitler and not want to go out and start their own world war. The only thing I get in my email now is, "Oh, you were doing a stream." It's like, yeah, I know, I'm the one doing it. That's so stupid. Why would they notify me about my own stream? Anthony says, "Dude." Uh, Came says, "Thank you. I feel like social responsibility plays a part for the artist, but At the same time, people should be able to make decisions independently without blaming you. Yeah, that's my thing. If you listen to something and it doesn't affect you, then what is the issue learned? I mean, people can listen to the opposing party in a lot of cases give us have its members give a speech and they're not affected by what they say because they can discern what is being said, how they actually feel. It's not really that complicated. Rock and roll is the drivel is the devil's work. Fairy tale. Is Takashi fun? I think so, Ruben. We'll have to ask somebody else that's more music savvy. Hitler's book was a fairy tale book. I call her Aaron Olaf Jones because his speeches were empty antics. Adolf Jones. All right. I hope someone got that in case I didn't, man. I'm sorry. And Raymond says not anymore. I have never seen Raymond before. Where did he come from? Who is he? He still says like Alex Jones. We already said that, people who backed him getting yanked off of here are idiots because they're basically opening the floodgate for anybody else to get yanked. I don't know if he still. Did you ever see that TYT video where they were arguing over Jones and the ramifications of letting a website say, "Hey, you one person, you're getting banned from here." Anything from him since the trial? Yeah, me neither. Jones was busted for watching. I could have sworn Cruz had the same problem where I think it was his Twitter retweeted a link to some, you know, male to female, female to male action. Hey, Astro, do us a favor, and because I find this very, very interesting. How do two people of the same gender, you know, do the? I'd like someone to elaborate on that because I'm kind of confused. I don't understand. I mean, you admitted to it earlier, so I don't know if you're comfortable or not, and if you don't want to say it, it's fine. We can go on Google, but I'm just asking for a. Hey, James, remember people are they figure it out. Yeah, they find whatever hole that something can go in. Whichever one, CK. I've heard of the first one. I don't personally like the first one, but hey, to each their own. Fingers, and I don't know what that last one is. Let me look it up on Pornhub. Give me a second. Oh my god, it was a sick thing. Yeah, Raymond, I haven't heard of it either. I know I just found out what it was, and I was absolutely disgusted. I don't know what you deviants do to each other, but keep it to yourself. I'm sorry for asking. I'm gonna have to rename this from live show to the what do you call it? The cat out of the bag or something. Yeah, Raymond. She said she swinged both ways, so it's kind of a given. I learned what scissoring was from South Park as a kid. Although I haven't seen South Park in years, man. All those different long running shows that have been on, I just tuned out after a while. Problem is with every single one of them, people say, "Oh, there's declining quality." It was good for the first 8 seasons, now it sucks. Did you hear about the Amber Geyer case? Man, I haven't seen Mark in such a long time. Also, I would say no, but can you, yeah, can you inform me? I'm gonna say no. So you could, you might, it sounds familiar though. No, she said earlier, CK, that it was more. Let me go look. I'll search through the stuff. I think she said it was more chicks. Yeah, right here. Had sex with more. Yeah, so it's been confirmed. And I already answered Astro, so your response wasn't necessary. You'd already answered that question earlier. I guess I'm not good enough to reference your prior statements in my own stream. I understand. I most certainly get it. What's in the Amber Guard case? Okay, B still says, was this white supremacist woman who shot put skirt justice? Oh, okay, yeah, now I remember where the brother gave her a hug and everybody went, "Oh, how touching and sweet." Well, I can say if that was my brother, I'd be very evil. I would do every stream like this, just for the whole stream. Shoot my family and receive a slug. Yeah, man, I don't. Hey, if he wants to do that, he can do it. It doesn't matter. It's his life. Okay, would you say that you received male locker room talk from your? Oh, okay. That's not even directed toward me. Damn, she's getting more. She took over my stream. That's bars right there. What are you saying, damn, for, Raw Vulture? Damn, we lost people and they came back. Man, I liked it when there were 11 of you, or 8, or some other single digit number. Perspective on the new Joker film. I haven't seen it. Mark, don't get mad at me. No, I'm not James. You know how this is the yo-yo. You do one video, it gets 100 views. Next one can barely get 30. No, after that can barely get 30. One after that can like get 20. Do another one, it gets 1,000. One after that gets 30. It's channels just like Syria. We pull some troops out, put some back in. Some people show up for a stream more often than others. Then some people pop out. It's gonna be 3 view. Yeah. Because if the one I was thinking of tomorrow would probably be something political, so you know that it's going to be like maybe 5 or 4. Because I did the one today, it was like 6 or 7 at most, and then they just started dipping. They said we gotta get the hell out of here. We're living in a death culture of at this point, and I'm still trying to record some stuff for the days where I can't record anything this week to put up. So if you see a video where I've got on the same shirt as today, that's because I recorded it on Saturday. I used to do it to where when I did a live show, I just cut out pieces of that and put it up, which is what Jimmy Dore does. And I changed my mind. I said, you know what? I'll just have some original thing for 2 hours or an hour or whatever, and then I'll record something afterward and then edit it during the week, and then put up this Johnson documentary. Yeah, be still. I don't believe in having a bunch of material items. It's stupid to me. But whatever, people do what they want. That's why. I mean I do express sympathy with the 78% of people that live paycheck to paycheck, but there are some of those who are there because they let's just say they buy stuff they don't need too often. Sounds like minimalism. I guess. I mean, man, I just certain stuff you don't need. Like I'd rather have 10 computers than 10 shirts. It's not necessary. You see something you like, you get it, and you can afford it, but that's it. The standard colors. Blue shirt, black pants, all day, every day. We That's how we roll. That's how I roll. If you don't like it, oh well. Go watch somebody else that's wearing like 90 different shirts. So true. I got 90% of my gear from thrift shops. Why get something you might not use? Yeah, why get something that you're not going to ever barely put on? I don't understand the point of that. That's why I actually told one of my relatives, this one person, notice you never see them wear the same thing twice. That's on purpose. Every time they see some, ooh, pretty, must pick it up. That's how Astro is. She goes to a shop. She goes, ooh, look at this shirt over here that I'm only going to wear one time. And then I'm going to get this one next week and then this one that week. That's how you end up having a closet full of clothes and a pocket of no bills. I hate shopping. Yeah. Those receipts say otherwise. We have all your different attempts to go out and get stuff. But yeah, Astro, I can't believe you revealed your well, whatever. It's your choice. I was a little taken aback by saying, oh, and then you assumed I wanted to get your number of partners. I was some kind of pervert. I guess I deserved it after you got verbally what was it, rolled over by like 10 people. That's how it is on Discord too. If they have like one chick in the server with, it could be like 10 guys, they just all jump into VC. Oh my god. Ooh. James says become a rapper. Closet full of clothes, pocket with no bills. Yeah, that's what they have. Just like that broad that was homeless 3 years ago. Here's somebody who was what, 18, and the only thing she had to her name, not cooking skills, not a computer, just loads and loads and loads of clothes. And I'm like, that's an adult. That's someone who now is a mother. They're gonna, what are they gonna do? Build a house out of their jeans? Like this is stupid, man. But whatever, people. That's why I said, if you're a chick, you can buy whatever you want and live whatever lifestyle you want because there's always going to be some guy to take care of you. Except this one, you come with your own stuff, you get out of here. I'm taking care of any of these clowns. Not even minute rice. Many guys will gladly take care of that kind of woman. And Sky, the thing is, she's not even that attractive. The only thing about her that was pretty or just actually worth anything was that she actually did take care of her weight. It was not overweight at all, skinny. Nice shape. Everything else, balled up, throw it in the trash. Crappy personality, was biting the hand that fed her twice. Um, Started leasing the car for no reason. Put a dude in jail because he said something she didn't like. I don't understand how people even want to be friends or interact with someone like that with regularity. They people are weird. Yeah, truth hurts because people don't give it. So when someone says the truth, they get pissed off. Oh my God, you spoke about me. Yeah, oh well. Let's see. When a guy hasn't either dated or hasn't had sex or attention from a woman, they will take anything woman that shows them interest, regardless of her situation. Oh, well, I was saying before that there was a part of me that empathized with it, and the other part said, Hey, idiots. Would you rather never be with someone or be with someone who put you in prison? You went to jail because this clown called the cops on you, and then you retaliated by screwing her. And oh my God, man. So I live in the Twilight Zone. Now, let this be a reverse situation where a guy put some broad in jail. You think she would bend over for him? No. And rightfully so. You're so horny that you don't realize someone is screwing up your life. Fools, man. Not a retaliation. That's a thank you, SMH. I would invite more people to that server, but I'm probably gonna get rid of it. I'm done with Discord. This is a stupid website. Like when I just sat there yesterday and thought about it, it's like there's no point in having the account on there. Oh, Ryan says many men have no self-respect, in my opinion. That's why so many women have these high egos. So many men compliment average or fat women. They truly think they're queens. LOL. They are Sky. Now bow down. Hey, get on your take a knee like we're at the NFL. Twilight Zone has been confirmed for many years. Hey, we're gonna have I mean, hell, I'd rather these people read Twilight than or be part Team Jacob or Team Edward than Team get with any broad that comes near you because you've been starved for attention. Woman worshiping is a thing. I know it is. What did you think about Trump's rallying on Thursday? I'm so glad you asked. Man, Ruben, you should have came close with that quicker. I was getting ready to fall asleep. But yeah, the best part was kiss. You're a good VP because you kissed Obama's backside, slip inside backside, and the what do you call it, Omar? The America hating socialist. Let's see, it managed to get to be an even bigger disaster than all of the previous ones have been. Well, I told you I stopped watching those because I kept losing brain cells. Like I watched myself get stupider with each couple of minutes. It's like, wow, this thing's still going on. They just hurl out random insults and they think that's somehow worth watching. Like, wow. I would love to do one of like a retrospective on the 2016 election because I still have idiots who tell me no one could have ever seen Trump's victory coming. It's like the guy had high, ridiculous name recognition. Like everybody knew who he was. And lo and behold, one of the most popular people running, or as far, or more well-known people running, ended up winning. That's not a shock. That's why I said it's a popularity contest. Of people are able to see through the deception. Me too, Megumi. But Megumi, you might want to leave now because I know you're not into political stuff. So pack your bags, take Astro home with you, and we'll see you later. You can get your fix. I know you've been starved for quite some time. Trump's also ran against the most hated politician of all time. Yeah, I could have sworn both him and Hillary had the lowest approval rating of any nominees in the history of recorded polling. I don't know if it was a popularity contest. Wouldn't Hillary would have? Democrat always gets more votes than a Republican. Republican in the last 30 years of presidential elections only gotten the popular vote twice. So it's really a high name recognition contest. Everybody knew who those two were before that election. Everybody. Even my little brother knew who they were. He was I think he was like 5 when that took place. He was like, is that Donald? It's like, boy, if you don't get your Democrat loving behind out of my face with asking me about him. They're basically the same person. Yeah. two scammers and two people who have been rewarded with more than they should have. It's entertaining. I've seen videos of guys getting straight rejected proposals. Bro, Vulture, just go play the game. Also, we already got 14 people in here, so we've reached the maximum limit. Let me see where the Ruben go. Okay. Oh, correct. 2016 had the lowest voter turnout, and Trump also needed help from Israel to win. Yeah, that's what APAC is for. Which says they make it worse for other men. I'm telling you, and it doesn't help. Remember that Netanyahu was an old family friend of Trump's. Him and Trump's father met about 40 years ago when Netanyahu was in New York. I'd be surprised if Trump lost. Where did Astro go? Did we scare her off? Oh no. Her last comment was LMAO, and then she left her behind to sleep. Damn. Oh, this is terrible. Anyways, let's continue. Oh, there she is. I was so concerned. That's why the Democrats trying to impeach him. Yeah, but I already told you the impeachment is not going to work. They're just going to have the House vote to impeach or to convict, and then the Senate will vote it down, and then we'll be right back to where we were with a higher approval rating for Trump and a bigger L for the Democrats. That'll be the only difference. Yeah, this is her bedtime, so she needs to put on her blanket and close the laptop or whatever device she's using to see this and tune out. But Bravo Ultra apologized to her for that that sexist comment you made earlier. I was so flabbergasted. As the envoy says, yeah, we did with all our all out toxic masculinity. Make it worse for other men. I'm telling you. Oh, you mean how they kept saying that Hillary would have won if you voted for her, even though she got 3 million more votes than Trump? So how many more millions of ass? Ooh, bad word on my part. That's a rare thing here. I'm definitely not keeping this up. But like, how many more people had to come out for her to pull this off? Oh, I slipped up. I can't believe it. I always try to keep my stuff clean for reasons. What's a simp? Astro, you know what that is. Get out of here with that. Or Vulture, I don't see your apology. I'm looking for it. Wow, three people answered at once. I'm glad to be part of the 5%, Raymond. I'm going to title this "The Live Show Where I Said a Bad Word." Ray Bryant's a shame most men are incapable of doing that. Okay, thank you. Apologize for assuming that she was romantically entangled with yours truly. I would never. I mean, it wouldn't even make any sense. Someone just comments in my comment section, and because another dude, you assume something so perverse. What a sick thing. And assumptions aren't easy either. So, well, Vulture, I'd like for you to write out an apology in Times New Roman and then copy and paste it in the comment section. Wait a second. Who is Chicken? Who is that? Oh, okay. Just popped in. Oh, are you trying to have some conversation? See, I see. Are you enjoying the stream? I don't think he is. He would have said something else if he was. He probably left again. Probably disappeared to who knows where. VVS would be absent during this. That's crazy because his the romance stuff is his forte, and he just like completely disappeared. Well, LOL. Women's current attitude or behavior doesn't affect me. I know where to go to get laid. they, that's really no point to dating with the options available to men. I mean, remember my thing was wanting to get married and procreate, and it's like you tell these people up front that's what you want to do, and they start doing the red scare. Oh my God! Well, have you thought about this? They act like giving birth is the equivalent of breast cancer. But like I said, that's why the only ones of them that do are by accident. Oops, forgot to put the rubber on. So that's why that's the way it is. Essentially legal prostitution, after all. I mean, whatever, Sky. I'm too ignorant to answer that. I can just picture Sky's been married before and just had the worst relationship ever. Like whoever he was with took him for everything he had. Oh yeah, and not be denied. Well, you can theoretically pay for a surrogate. They cost way too damn much money, in my opinion. But that's when the option. I already said I'll just probably adopt. So it is what it is. Glad it never happened. I was close to getting married. God, Sky makes that sound like someone kidnapped him and tried to like. They had him in like bonds and or shackles, and they're like, "Do you now pronounce your?" They do the like the little reciting thing, and he just rips them off and runs out of there. Wish I could stay on stream, but I should get some sleep. Time zones are the best. Well, you could always see the rest of it tomorrow. Just saying. Oh, he said good night and take care. How sweet. It did suck emotionally, though. It was though to the beginning, as with the breakup, I suppose. Let's see, all tab in the game. Man, what CK? What even is that? Upsum me, okay, I don't know what that is. I'm just live with the mystery. If I don't need to know CK's real name, I damn sure need to know what you just wrote. Now, you already know how I do. We used to speak about this. I'm probably going to be up until maybe 4 or 5. So that I got another, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, another 8 hours, if not 10. Do a stream tomorrow morning, finish that, pass out. So that's probably the way that's going to roll. And you already knew that, so why even say that? Because you're messing with me. That's why you got rid of your picture as your avatar, because you feel so powerful when you have that white screen where nobody can see what you look like. Are you go into bed soon? Not at all. Sky, let me give you a little bit of a tip about myself. I intend to record at least 3 more videos tonight, in addition to doing some other stuff as well. So there's no way I'm planning on 24 hours a day. No, I don't. Usually I'll just be passed out in the morning or something. A lot of times if I go to sleep earlier than what I intend, it's because I passed out. Yeah. How do you think I've been able to, like you kind of have to be to do daily content. I mean, give me a break, CK. To do daily content and a show where every episode you have to draw 600 pictures. I mean, I do a whole bunch of stuff, and I still get told by pricks online that I'm lazy because I won't talk to chicks anymore and waste my time with them. Go figure. So I said Twilight Zone. I actually have. I'm not like saying this to be any kind of like to toot my own horn. I literally almost have 2 million minutes of watch time. Like as far as how much time people will watch my stuff. No, I don't. I don't make anywhere close to. I might make like 2 cents off of this, and I probably got the monetized too because I said some very bad words, and people like Astro admitted to their sexual deviancy. You know. Yeah, Mark, I got the same result from just sitting here that I would get from going out and talking to them. It's like nothing happens, nothing changes. You speak to one, there's a little interaction, days or a week or two pass. Now they don't want to do anything anymore. You go to the next one. So I say it's just a yo-yo or a hamster wheel, just running back and forth in it. I should do a cartoon version of that where it's like the main character from the show running on a hamster wheel, and then oh man, no, my favorite, no, Ruben, don't go. Anyways, see you later. You'll probably be on the stream tomorrow. Anyways, the guy running on a hamster wheel with like a picture of a chick on there, and he's running, racing toward it, and he never gets any closer. You're automatically, oh, here's that word again. If you chose not to date slash approach and entertain. Well, that's what I said. All you are is entertainment. You just speak to them, and then they, you know, you sit there and nothing ever changes. What's his name? Chick. How you pronounce that? Chicken Beck. You can see it in my playlist. Come on, man. I hate people who use as an insult for that. I mean, you know how they do, man. They have. That's how people roll. They just try to assume whatever they want about you to be intellectually lazy. I find or through the workplace or classes, man, I went everywhere. I did workplaces, I did classes, I did dating websites, I did Reddit, I did Twitter, I did the YouTube comment section at two different points. I really have just hit the wall with this stuff. I'm gonna go to. I'll see you later. Just another way to monetize and to demoralize and demonize men. Game says that's ignorant because are literally the opposite. They consider themselves entitled. I'm so entitled. I went out and approached 200. It's like, man, that's why I said live in the twilight zone because no one's looking to actually define anything correctly. They just say something stupid and then, you know, that's how they roll. Well, I tried Tinder for like 2 weeks, and every time I swiped right, no one would respond back. So I just said, screw it. Tired of these stupid websites. So I said the only websites that I even bother with anymore are YouTube and maybe like Wikipedia or something. Other than that, I go on Twitter. It's just to thumb people stuff up. I don't post on there anymore since they suspended my account. It's just I'm done. Dating sites slash apps are the biggest waste of time. Hey, well, I'm glad I didn't use them that often then. That's the new insult if someone disagrees with you, and even Discord. Men with kids who are fed up or called. Yeah, they were so entitled that someone screwed them and reproduced with them. Let's see, they're also a scam because I heard a lot of them you just pay to get access to all the functions. Well, that's my thing. Nobody can come on here and promise you a partner. Like, hey, man, jump through this hoop and this broad will love you. Like, anyone who's doing that is just being disingenuous. So I said, I don't. I at least consider myself real enough to say, yeah, if you're getting the same result from, this place, that place, this place, probably won't happen. Or if it does, it'll be when they have some ulterior motive, like you have some excess of funds or whatever. By that point, I just won't be interested in them at all because what utility would they bring besides between their legs, which you can get from another 2 billion people on the planet? Like, it's not a hard thing to come across. All right, I'm on my last leg. Anyone have any last things to say? Final comments, statements, positions? words, theatrics. Exactly. Even dating coaches, they can offer good advice. They can offer some good advice, but still get a gamble whenever you approach someone. Yeah, I don't like a gamble where it just always goes the way that you don't want it. It's like, what's the point of doing this? Yes, it's weird paying app to find matches that might not even work out. Oh man, leg got tired. What else? I know you do. Be still. Any other comments? Yep, I don't gamble. Mark says Western women, for the most part, can go to hell. People are stupid. That's his final comment. Sky says good night, ignorant, arrogant, bootleg. Oh, oh. I mean, I guess I am promiscuous since I've spoken to so many chicks. That was an accurate comment by Sky. I'm gonna watch Chris Handsome now. Well, I'm glad you find him so physically appealing. Oh no, didn't Ash? Where'd Astro go? Did she disappear again? She said I'm here and then vanished into thin air. I watched To Catch a Predator. Yeah, it was a good show. Too bad it got canceled. It's still funny to this day. Astro, do you have any last comments to make toward me or any of my other sexually depraved individuals? Just watching you guys talk. Oh, we're being observed and monitored. She's part of the FBI. This stream is being surveilled. Yeah, she's trying to have some book of I don't know. Yeah, apparently so, Sky. I remember the first time I heard that term, I said, "What the hell are you talking about?" And then the person explains, like, "Wow." And then with this, like, literally every time some chick wants to demonize some guys, that's the first term they use. I'm not one either, CK, but you know, we gotta be part of this stupid group because penis. It seems like you guys have had a lot of bad experiences. That is what's the term that could be used there? There's some word that I'm missing. Uh, that's putting it mildly. I think I got like 100 videos or so describing the hells of the American broad and the hells of the foreign ones too. That's why I said none of this traveling stuff does anything. Is that isn't that obvious, or is that obvious? Imagine a new series, The Hells of Chick, and then it's always some different horror story of talking to some broad and it going the like complete opposite way of how you wanted to. More like realism. We know it is raw vulture. People who haven't experienced it, there's always that like that thing where they don't fully comprehend it. It is what it is. You should. Yeah, where am I gonna find them? Am I gonna travel to Africa? Hello, woman. I am here to date you. So again, I'm going with what is accessible and what isn't. All right, last comments, please. I'm about to fall out. Hmm. Oh, here we go with Be Still and his thing. Oh, see, Cam didn't tell the truth. He said his last comment was people are stupid. Now he's writing something else. I knew he couldn't be trusted. Never trust someone that has a picture of something with a blue tongue. That's my advice. You are that I am Black Panther. Yeah, good night, Astro. I hope you weren't disturbed by the various words that were said here. This guy says good night, ghetto person. Oh, that was me. Uh, CK says y'all. He wants to remind us he's from the South. He still says check out the game, Summer Lessons. That's a funny trailer. I didn't even know trailers could be funny after what the wheels make them laugh. All right, I'm out. Thank you for showing up. Hopefully you'll show up tomorrow. I doubt it. It is what it is.